I'm just trying to find some music to listen to. If anyone's got any suggestions? Right, let's get over to the painting. Right, hope everyone's well. If anyone's there, let me know if you can hear me, see me, and all of that jazz. I have no idea what I'm going to paint tonight. I picked up this miniature here, which I have no clue where he's from. It's kind of a fantasy Viking, so we'll do this guy for potential Frostgrave in the future. That's the plan. Hey Tuffy. Thanks Lorna. Hope you're both well. Let's refresh this screen. Good, that's awesome. Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming tonight, but my wife and daughter are watching crappy TV, so let them watch crappy TV, and I'm going to come down here and not watch crappy TV, but might as well do some painting. But I don't feel like jumping into a project, so I figured I might as well try and paint this dude. You guys both okay? Might go for a cheeky contrast on him, I think. Feeling a bit lazy. Yeah, it has definitely disappeared too quickly, you're right. I was just talking about it today. I was tempted to maybe take a couple of days off soon, even though we're kind of can't go anywhere and I'm working from home anyway, but just to be home and not be thinking about work. Yeah, I might take a few days off. Yeah, well, I mean, otherwise, what will end up happening as well is that my 25 odd days that I get every year, or I'll get to the end of the year and be like, crap, I could take like a whole month off. Yeah, so I reckon I will probably take a week off soon. When we'd booked as a family, we'd booked a holiday for this year to go to Spain, but that's unlikely to be happening. So even if things calm down a bit, I'm not sure I want to go travelling anywhere this year. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've already had that conversation with many of my teams to say, as much as I've never said no to anyone's holiday ever. But clearly, if everyone decides to take December off, it's probably not going to work. So I've already said, need to start talking to each other, coordinating a little bit. I was tempted to do things like do a watch party or something for the weekender whilst painting, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Well, it'd be nice for us to watch the weekender together. Yeah, I've had no time off at all, Tuffy, yeah, so it definitely needs to get used. Tuffy, you're a bit more dictated to by how the sort of schools are going, aren't you? So I know some have started back. We've been asked if we want ours to go back, but I've said no for the time being. I don't really see the point. Now, what colour trousers would this valiant hero have? He's going to have some snake bites. Yeah, so you're about to become busier than ever if it all starts to sort of head back in that direction and everything requires sky blue. I could have thought you were going to say that. I'm not even sure I could create a sky blue pink. Are we all geared up to listen to Warren's radio show on Wednesday? Oh, did he? Oh, good. I did catch Sundance's test stream of him doing like a news show that was very bizarre, but you know, very different. He normally comes out doing good stuff, so I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. Now, what fur should I go for here? I don't think it's pink fur before you come in, Tuffy. With don't think it's the fur from a Care Bear. I've not watched the backstage show yet. Is it any good? Any revelations? Okay. Of course. Okay. I should both look forward and not look forward to that then. Oh dear. I kind of want to do. I'm going to do the inside that cloak a different colour. I'm actually going to do this white for the outside of the cloak. I'm going to have it being sort of white, bare fur. Oh. Fix that in a minute. Still wet there. It's the only problem with contrast is it does take quite a while to dry, and if you go over an area that's wet, you just instantly blend the two colours together. I've missed his arm. You guys painting anything? Doing any hobby? On 10 minutes of Cherry bending over, Ben and Lloyd was ready to call 999 because they thought he couldn't get back up. Oh, crikey. Well, this isn't why Jerry's got a red eye, is it? This doesn't actually cause it live on air, does he? Bang his head? Because I think I heard him, I think I saw him right earlier that he banged his head and caused his eye to, blood vessel in his eye to burst. Oh, Lorna, yes, I've seen your Reich Busters. That's what's on the table behind me at the moment. They look cracking. You have absolutely blown through that. Okay. Oh, I thought he'd done himself an injury live on air. If he had, he could have had a claim in for that, couldn't he? Hey, Janus. Very good, thank you. Yourself? Well, we're on mission 3 in the campaign book, but technically it's 4 because there is another mission in one of the stretch goals to get O'Reilly, who is a Kickstarter character. So we've done 4 missions, although the first mission we probably played 3 times. So in all, we've probably played 7 or 8 games of Reichbusters so far since we got it, and we've really enjoyed it. It's actually really good, and like I say, we have that mission behind us, which is one of the ones that uses up quite a bit of the table. It's quite large, so we'll probably play that one tomorrow night. So yeah, it will look. I mean, going that whole hog of. I mean, I looked at it like a board game, so I was like, I'm not going to wait to play it, and I don't even know if I'm going to paint it. Apart from maybe like priming and zenithing, that's probably about it. But when I saw yours, I was like, yeah, it does look cool. But it's a good game. You should definitely, once you've got it all done, play away because it's really good. Shadespire, nice. Painted up a bunch of Shadespire. Like Shadespire a lot. It's a good game. What was I doing here? Yeah, 1.5-ish, yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I'll have to find where that is, because I know I didn't see that they did a free campaign. Yeah, we certainly, my son enjoys it a lot, so as long as he likes it, then I like it. I mean, bearing in mind that we played Joan of Arc once and it never came out the box again, and I'm now going to actually get rid of all of the content apart from the miniatures. I'm literally going to chuck it in the recycling bin. All the card and all the tokens, because we're never going to play that game again. It's certainly doing better than that. Yeah, once you learn something, yeah. Yeah. Well, that is one of those games that also, I think, lends itself quite nicely to, you know, a sad, you know, but to do sort of solo play as well. You could do it, because obviously the enemy is all dictated by the noise you make and then the actions on the card, so it lends itself to solo play quite well. If you wanted to just give it a whirl, certainly nice for learning the various rules. It's not too rule heavy, there's a few bits to learn, but once you've got it, it flows quite nicely after that. There's a few keywords we look up every now and then because I can never remember what they are, but most of the time we're not looking at the rule book. Right, need to grab some Corex White to do some quick repairs. Where's my airbrush on? You can go off, mate. Yeah. Oh yeah, Rangers of Shadow Deep. I got the deluxe book It's absolutely lovely. I'll grab it. This book is absolutely gorgeous. So I picked this up at it's like a proper tome. I've never had such a nice rule book in my life. So I haven't read it yet, but I've listened to what people have talked about, it being a good game. But yeah, like embossed, and it's not leather, but it'll be faux leather of some description. But it feels lovely. The quality of the book is absolutely awesome. Like it's really nice illustrations in the book. So yeah, I'm looking to get stuck into that, which is kind of why I'm sort of painting up bunches of random miniatures like this guy, because I'm sure he can feature in the game. Although I do also want to have a crack at the HeroQuest books that I now have in my possession, as they are also solo campaigns that you read the book and then play out in the game. Yeah, I should probably do that, although I'd be surprised if I don't have some of it. But yeah, I would also do the same, is look through what do I need to start with. I'm also painting all this stuff up for Frostgrave. When the new edition comes out, I always wanted to play Frostgrave. Played it like once when it very first came out, and then didn't look at it since. So it seemed like logical, if it's the new versions coming out, to wait to play that version, get new sort of warbands painted up, etc. Let me show you. So these are, I did post them in the project. I didn't even know these existed. So let me show you. So yeah, I didn't even know these were a thing. And then the Dace on Discord, I don't know if that's also his name in Beasts of War, but he pinged me one day and said, "Hey, I've got this. Would you like me to send it to you?" And I was like, "Yes, please, or I'll happily buy it or trade it with you for something." So it is one extremely rare, and I'll show you the other one in a sec. But it's basically a solo adventure, and it starts off with a proper story. As you can see, it's written in '92, I think this is 1992. Yeah, so storybook at the beginning, and then it goes into proper, quests for you to play out, and then there's a bit of choose your own adventure. So it kind of has 3 stages to the book. And then my wife yesterday morning surprised me with this. She went online, found someone who was selling this book. I imagine she paid £40 to £50 for it, because that seems to be the going price for this, and it's in pretty good condition. Like, no, look, the pages look great. Well, there you go, £90 on eBay. Yeah, which is not bad for a $2.99 book. Yeah, so the first bit is proper just story, just like you read it like a book, like chapters, absolutely like a normal book, and then it'll get to the point where there's actually a part you play out in HeroQuest. So there's your map, there's all you need to know, and then you play out the mission, and then as it goes on you then get choose your own adventure style bits and pieces, where as classic fighting fantasy books you come up against monsters that have stats in them and stuff like that. So yeah, really cool. There is a third one in existence. This is book 2 and book 3, and I am trying to get hold of that one. So yeah, proper rare piece of HeroQuest, whatever you want to call it, sort of companions. So what I did want to look at, and I don't know if anyone has any knowledge on this, what I want to look at is what's the best way to protect paperbacks. I know you can get sleeves and stuff for big hardback books, but obviously I don't want this one to get in any worse condition, and I want to keep this one as pristine as it is. So what's the best way to protect paperback books? I'm having a Google around to see what I can find out. Apart from just matte varnishing everything. Sure that'll work. But yeah, super happy. Really love those. It's something I didn't have and something I didn't know existed. The rest of the HeroQuest I own the main game, obviously with all of the interiors, and then I own Keller's Keep and the Return of the Witch Lord as expansions. So I know there are a couple of other expansions out there that weren't so mainstream. So I figured, yeah, so I've kind of given myself that mission there of collect everything HeroQuest. Let's go out and find all those little interesting things that came out for that around the time, and collect it all. This could get expensive, but what else am I going to do? But yeah, so I do actually want to go through and play those books now as I have them. Seems like the right thing to do. But at the moment the table's occupied by Reichbusters. I think my son's keen to play that right through from start to finish on the campaign, so we'll do that. We've had 2 of our heroes captured in not this one but the one before, so at some point we need to run a sort of rescue mission, which I know is something you can do in the game, so that'll be cool. See how rescue missions play out. It was nice actually. We actually got to play Hero Quest the other day. Since it's been painted, it's not sort of had its first run out, so we got it out last weekend and got it on the table, and I was very happy with how it looked. It's nice to see it all fully painted up. But yeah, I will definitely be jealous of your fully painted Reichbusters when it's done. But I can't see myself doing it anytime soon. Unless I went for some sort of, very artistic sort of style, comic book style or something, which I could do, but not full paint job. And just zoom this in a little bit. I wish I missed your sprain. Nice. I think it's just coming off the back of doing something like Hero Quest, and every project I've done at the moment feels like it's been big army type stuff, and I'm not sure I've just got the mental sort of fortitude to take on another one. So the fact that it's, X hundred of miniatures, yeah, struggling with that as a kind of a thought process. The problem is I keep thinking I'm not going to paint any more big armies. I'm just going to stick to blooming, you know, warband type stuff, and then the next thing that comes along is a big army. Like next edition of 40k is coming, so it's like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I got my if I took my Death Watch kill team and turned it into an actual army. So I've started painting those guys up, of which I've got a good number of them done, but not an army's worth. You know, and found a knight, found a tank, and all these sorts of other things that I'd laying around. But come back to you. I've done that before. I've had times where I've gone, you know, a couple of months without painting. I think sometimes you just lose it. You're just like, yeah. Unless you're doing it for your job. I mean, you know, there are Twitch streamers out there that paint every single day, but that's their job, so it's a different thing. But I certainly don't paint every day. I'd like to. Well, I like the idea of it. I don't know if I actually could do it, because I like to do other things as well. Yeah. Oh look, Kickstarter. Yeah. Yeah, and I've well, I would like to say I've completely given up on Kickstarter. I have, unless it is sort of warback. So I did back Relic Blade, and that's because I'd already backed the original Relic Blade. So it's nice to add some new bits and get the second edition. Otherwise, I wouldn't be. So it wasn't for the fact that I could also get the second edition book for about 10 quid. When it's about 30 quid to go and buy it, and it was like, well, if I back the extra little bits, I'm getting my second edition book and I'm getting some extra little models. But that's only, it's not a huge amount of models. It's maybe 10 models at most, I think. But I'm not backing any more Kickstarters that are like, hey, it's like nothing from Mythic ever again. Hey, here's this game, and by the way, it comes with 6 billion miniatures. Enjoy. So I will back 3D printing projects, like for terrain. So the guys at Printable Scenery, I've backed the recent ones for the post-apocalyptic stuff, because it's the only range I don't really have miniatures for. So that's why I backed that one. But everything else is a no-no. Because also, by the time it arrives, you've kind of gone off the idea anyway. You go, oh yeah, I really wanted that. Not sure why, but I remember a year ago when I saw that, I really wanted it. So yeah, no more Kickstarters for me, I'm afraid. I'm sure I won't be missed. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my issue there, and I've mentioned it many times, my issue with Mythic is not sure I'm happy with the way they treated their UK staff. And also their games go unsupported. So, you know, once they launch a game, they get all the money and it's all high fives. Yep, great, great, great. And then next Kickstarter, next Kickstarter, next Kickstarter. Oh yeah, did we do some games? Oh yeah, I'm sure they're done and dusted now. So. Yeah, I've got a few games like that where I know I backed them for a reason. I backed them because they looked really cool when I backed them. But yeah, times have changed now. You know, I'm still waiting for Solomon Kane to come through from Mythic. To be honest, if I was given the option to, even though I think it is probably an okay game, if I was given the option now, I'd probably just cancel it. Go, that's alright. Things have moved on. Seems to be a few people in tonight. Hello. If anyone else is there, give us a shout. Let us know you're online. Let us know you're doing anything. Let me know what you're up to. Ask me what the hell I'm up to, because I don't really know. Apparently you meant to ask as well, hey, if you wouldn't mind following, if you like what you see, please do. Apparently that's the thing. So there you go, I did it. I feel like a proper Twitch person now. Like, share, and hit that bell. Yeah, all those things. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, put high fives in the chat, donate me a £1,000,000. I mean, all those things are perfectly valid responses, and of course all welcome. I can only ever promise you mediocre painting, and if that's what you came for, well, you're in for a treat. That worked. I went from, the screen was telling me 15 viewers down to 8. There we go. I had him with my mediocre painting techniques. It's hilarious because I'm hosted on the front page of Beasts of War now, with Sundancer and the guys. I can't think who else is on there. You get some crazy numbers, like because if people are on the website, it first of all thinks they're actually a viewer. So when you start the stream, it tells you you've got like 52 people watching. I was like, holy hell! But it's not the case at all. Reality is no one's watching. It's just they're browsing on the website. But hey, it's good enough to get Twitch to give me some love, which is nice. Get more of that silver. I can't even say buy merch, there is none. Go on to Beasts of War, buy their merch. Right, a little bit of dry brushing. Well, it makes his white fur stand out a bit. Right. Where's my storm host silver? Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Really must get one of those paint shakers. Ugh. I get one of those vortex ones, they look super cool. Yeah, you're right, I know. They are a bit pricey. Not a bad shout. I think he's done, guys. I don't really. I might do a little bit of highlighting in that beard. That's about it. Not much. Yeah, that could also work. My son's got one of those little tiny trampolines. I could just chuck all the paints on the trampoline next time he goes on there. Tell him to go nuts. Have all the paints bounced up and down. That's got to be a winning formula. Well, there we go, guys. That's an hour and 7 minutes, minus a base, but we have a barbarian dude ready for battle. Maybe, just maybe, just do the little bit of buckle on here. A little buckle there. And a little buckle here. But yeah, that's it. Tabletop, from primer to tabletop in an hour. I could paint this black, but I'm gonna probably chuck some, once I know what sort of scene I'm gonna put him in, I'll decide on base then. But he is Dunsky. That is a word very popular in the 80s, I'm sure. Yeah, what do you reckon? Yeah, but that was 16. That's, you know, that's a lot of progress. 16 models, dry brushing. I only got 1 miniature done. So he will go. I'll show you what he's going to go with, because he looks very akin to these guys. So I'm starting to build a warband up. I have so I did these ones a little while ago, and he's looking like he'll pair up with these guys quite nicely. So this is sort of the beginnings of a war. Let me bring that, where's focus on there? About there? Yeah, so there's this one. And then I'll drop the wizard guy and bring up the ranger guy. There's the ranger guy. So yeah. Starting to build up what will look like, hopefully eventually, a nice little warband of some description. So he needs to go on a larger base, because he's actually on quite a small base at the moment. So I will put him onto a larger base, but none of these guys are based yet. So yeah, that was it. That was our show. That was the primer to tabletop in just over an hour. Cool. I'm going to shoot then. Thank you very much. Let me pop over here. But you're done. Exactly done. I'm done. All done. So thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Tuffy. Thank you, everyone else who's in the chat. If you're not following and you happen to be there, give us a follow. That'd be nice. And I will be back probably, if not tomorrow, playing the next round of Reichbusters, then later in the week doing some more painting, or maybe doing some retro gaming, or even trying out the solo play of this. Yeah, but thank you very much for watching. I will see you